Hi there, it's Deb here. I've got a new KoKo&Claire manicure on, and I thought it would be a great time to do a little bit of decorating with our Always Rosy plate CJS 92. So I am wearing a Spring in Seattle, number 38, KoKo&Claire, and Dusted Cornflower, number 20. And I've got them on here, I've got them cured and ready to go, so they're a perfect foundation for a new mani. First things first, I have a brand new scraper here, ready to go. I'm going to give it a little bit of a prime though, so that my scrape is perfect. When we manufacture these, we punch them, so there can be a little bit of roughness around the edges. And it is easily removed, usually with just a little tiny bit of filing. So there you go, primed and ready to go. I've got my sticky pad ready to go right beside me here. I have, Jenny's gonna love it, our white, number 2, and Molten Alloy, which is number 45, a nice silver. So that's what we're gonna use for our flowers to put on this guy. But before we do that, let's protect my cuticles with our Cuticle Protect. It's just a liquid latex, and it just makes cleanup so simple. So we're going to use this guy as my little stabilizer and just paint this right around the edges. Just a light, thin little coat. You don't need very much at all. It doesn't have to be thick and goopy. I've got cuticle oil on, so that's gonna just slide off there like nothing. Okay, doesn't take very long for that to dry. We'll wait for it to dry though before we start stamping. And I'm also going to take a cotton pad, a little bit of polish remover, and just make sure that there's none of that cuticle oil on that nail. Otherwise our stamping won't stick. And we don't want that. All right, so by the time I get my color on, scraped and on my stamper, this is going to be dry and ready to go. Just kind of turns dark pink and then you know it's dry. I'm going to use this image here. There's sort of 3 layers, but we're just going to use the base layer and the outline. So our base layer, we're going to do white. I'm just going to polish on there. And my scraper is primed and ready to go. Now, push down on that plate. Look how much that bounces when I push on it. You want to make sure you push down and get it nice and flat, and give that guy a scrape, and then we're going to roll over top and pick up all of those images for our base. Okay, that's nice and dark pink and ready to go. And we're going to put our flowers on based on what we want to show the most. So get it where you want it, push and hold, get those transferred over. Now I like to come with my cuticle tool and just separate that a little bit, push those down. All right, now we're ready for our next layer. And that's going to be right here. And we're going to use the Molten Alloy, the silver. I wanted that kind of white and gray over pink, or over yellow rather, look. So it's nice and clean. Make sure we get all the details on those roses. If you have dried polish in there, it's not going to pick up properly. And let's clean off our stamper here before we scrape quickly. Push down, good scrape. Nice light roll over top and pick up all those details. Okay, so now the positioning. We know that we've got these two here right close together, so that gives us sort of a reference point, and then everything else just kind of lines up. So take your time, make sure you've got it in the right spot based on sort of all the different areas. And I'm going to correct a little bit here down at the tip so that I don't miss that rose. I don't know if you saw that, I just kind of pivoted a little wee bit just to make sure that rose on the tip of my nail was going to have proper coverage. Just like that. Okay, we'll make sure these are separated again. Just like to do that before I pull off the cuticle tape, the Protect, just to make sure it doesn't pull an image off that wasn't maybe entirely stuck yet. All right, so you can just use your finger, or if you wish, you can use a tweezers or something to grab this, but your finger works just fine. And just simply pull that off. And it makes cleanup much simpler, as you can see. This is ready now for a top coat. So I will put on the Koko&Claire Shine, give it a cure, and that pretty little image will be there until I take it off when I change my polish color. There we go. I will take a couple of finishing shots here and include them in the video so you can see what it looks like. And thank you so much for watching. Make sure you click that subscribe button and that little bell to make sure you don't miss any of our videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.